Does anybody know that the access control industry is actually accelerating and growing at a greater rate than every other security technology? The access control industry is in a transformation that the video surveillance industry underwent a while ago, that transition from that analog technology to IP. And right now, the access control industry is undergoing a growth rate of about 8% annually. Now that is a global growth rate, and we're actually seeing in North America that growth rate is even greater. That growth rate is around 13% in the North American market. So the access control space is a massive market. As you can see here today, it's $6.85 billion. It continues to grow, and there are three main drivers behind that growth of access control. Those three drivers of growth are access control as a service, or cloud services, wireless devices, and thirdly, network attached devices. The great part for us at ISONAS is that we're actively engaged and prime positioned in two of those. We do exceptionally well as access control as a service provider. We're going to speak a lot about that, as well as our core technology and our intellectual property revolves around the all-in-one reader controller, our existing network device that we have sold for quite some time. The RCO4 was introduced about 2 years ago, I believe here at ISC West, and we've continued to see the adoption of this at a wonderful and amazing rate. Now, interestingly enough, and I'm going to challenge each of you to talk to us afterwards, but also as you wander the floor and you talk to others here at ISC, to talk to them about how is their foundation? What is the foundation that each of these network devices on? Because it should be on cybersecurity. And we're going to be very honest and transparent about the strategies associated with cybersecurity, because it represents the greatest threat as we continue to grow in the camera technologies as well as access control. So as we look to address our first access control as a service product, we introduced our Pure Access Cloud product. That Pure Access Cloud we introduced 2 years ago here at ISC West. It really began to take off as a general product availability about 18 months ago. Now, in the industry, many integrators, many users said, no, there's no way you're going to do cloud services with access control. I'm going to give you some interesting numbers. In less than 18 months, we now have 1,100 different end user sites of varying sizes on that cloud platform. That cloud platform expands at a rate of 12% per month. That is 300% growth per year. It is not slowing down. And ISONAS is taking that leadership position, not only on what are we doing, how are we deploying it, but also being ultra responsible in understanding how that cloud technology is actually being deployed for our customers. Our customers are asking us, please educate me on how the cybersecurity of your cloud platform is being deployed. We're not hiding it. We're having them have open conversations with our team, with our technology people, and most importantly, with our cybersecurity staff led by our CIO. Those conversations enable those customers that may have some holdback of, do I want to move to that access control as a service? And what they've found is that they cannot provide the level of security and the level of cybersecurity that they would love to on their individual premise that can be delivered from us as an access control as a service provider. The secondary product that talks about why we are on that sweet spot again is that RCO4 network attached edge device. The RCO4, which you'll see here in all of the three different form factors from keypad, non-keypad, and mullion, is a network attached device that is simply plugged into a Category 5E or Category 6 with standard 802.3AF PoE and providing enough power to be able to do a maglock, crash bar. That's 600 milliamps of power utilizing standard PoE. Customers see lots of value associated with that. They see a product that enables them to add one door at a time, to start at one door, to grow to 10,000 doors should they so choose. A product that is scalable, a product that you don't need all the extra points of failure of, I've got a panel, a battery, a power supply, I've got to call third-party electricians in. It really is a cost-effective proposition, and the end users do see a consistent reduction of expenditure associated with deploying this network device. With that unlimited scalability, we really solve a lot of problems associated with access control being a panel-based traditional architecture. By us enabling that network-attached device, that customer can go geographically agnostic. We have customers that span the globe today. We have customers that start here in the US with 1 or 2 readers, and next thing you know, they've expanded to 25 international countries. It really is a powerful proposition. And it is a Bluetooth-enabled device. Another industry trend that we continue to see, that mobile credentialing. And fortunately here at ISONAS, we today offer that mobile credential for those end users that would love to have that for free. We want to place that power in the hands of the customer while giving them that level of security that they really desire. And lastly, another major industry trend that we see, and that is that open platform. That open platform was started in the video industry, and quite frankly, the access control industry has really hesitated on that one. It's a struggle because the access control industry has historically been based on a proprietary technology. It's been based on locking customers into whether it be cards, or readers, or wiring, or devices, or panels, or software. And at ISONAS, we embrace the open platform. We're going to talk a little bit more about this in a future slide, but we want to provide customers the choice to pick the best-in-breed products that fit their application the best. In that message, you'll see here today, we have 2 different strategies. Our first strategy was we went and embraced the video management industry. Our lead video management integration has been really successful, and that is with Milestone Systems. Milestone Systems has enabled us to help them proliferate the open platform message by incorporating our access control software inside of a single video client. And we do that with several other video manufacturers as well. But what is more recent, and we talked about last year, was allowing our open platform hardware to operate inside others' access control software. Last year we revealed that we had a new integration with Open Options, and Open Options has been a wonderful and amazing partner for us, phenomenal people, and allowing their customers to make the choice of, I can choose panels, I can choose wireless locks, and I can choose a network attached device that may be the right choice for their customers. And we're seeing great adoption with that. Today in our booth, we're actually talking about a secondary integration into an access control manufacturer software, and that's with Genetec. Within the Genetec platform, they have an access control called Synergist. Synergist integrates with their respective video management and their other technologies, but you can now look at our access control hardware operating inside that Genetec software. You can view it from the video space. You can view it from the access control space. So those customers can now choose to not use panels. They can choose to use that edge device and gain all the benefits that I just spoke to you about shortly ago. But again, all of it's based on a foundation from our access control as a service and our network edge device on a foundation of cybersecurity. I said we're very transparent about this. On the next slide, you will see that our foundation, we host our platform on AWS, or Amazon Web Services, which provides a foundation of strength associated with how things can be deployed. How can you reach a global audience? How can you really scale across a wide geography? And it provides a beginning layer of security that allows customers to feel secure. However, that's not the comprehensive view of cybersecurity. Say, I'm going to spin up a cloud service on AWS and ta-da, I'm all set. That's not real. You really need to have a comprehensive view of cybersecurity. And so I put a picture of a building here because I think it provides a wonderful analogy for us to understand the depth that we go through at ISONAS to address the cybersecurity. The first step is, imagine yourself at that high-rise building. At that high-rise building, you need the right credential to get in the front door, to get into that lobby. That's one credential point. That's our thick outer shell that we provide with AWS. However, to get from that lobby into the area through my turnstile, to get to the elevator, I have to have another layer of security. I present my card again at the elevator, which delivers an elevator cab that delivers me to a specific floor. Third layer of security. I get to that specific floor, and there's a number of tenants on that individual floor, and I have to provide another layer of security to get into that tenant space. From the access of the tenant space, I now want to go to a specific office. I have to provide that level of security as well. And inside that office resides a safe that finally I have to be able to get. Our ISONAS Pure Access software resides in the safe. And it's not just us telling you this here today. We are opening ourselves up on a quarterly basis to quarterly penetration tests. We are inviting third-party companies and hiring those third-party companies to let us know that what we're out here telling our customers is indeed true. Our latest penetration test was just completed about 3 weeks ago to a glowing report where the third party came back, and they're the leading penetration test provider in the world, came back and said, your attackable surface is so minuscule, we couldn't find a way around it. And if they would have gotten to that second layer, they wouldn't have been able to attach to the second layer and the third layer, because they're specifically attached in very specific manners. So the addressing of that cybersecurity is really paramount. And I want to point out a couple of specifics as it relates to this and how it relates to our industry. I recently attended a conference where it was all about cloud security, both in video and access control. And this graph was provided, which was really interesting. There's two things to note here. One, the number of cybersecurity attacks in the physical security industry is increasing dramatically. And secondly, it's all on-premise customer hardware. It's on cameras that were not properly set up. It's on NVRs that were not properly protected with cybersecurity. It's customers that believe that their site can be provided the highest level of security, and they just simply don't have the budgets and the time and the personnel to keep up with the daily updates that need to occur in the cybersecurity space. Interestingly enough, if you look at all of these, I'll go back to this briefly, and if you look at the number of cybersecurity hacks outside of the security industry, you will note that none of them are cloud service providers. They're hardware providers. And the reason for that is that as an access control as a service provider, this is our core business. This is what we do, and we have to ensure that our customers' information, our information, is extremely secure and kept really, really tight. As ISONAS, we'd be thrilled to have this greater conversation and how our infrastructure is set up, from how does it scale as a cloud product, how many devices can we add, what are the specifics associated with the way that our data is replicated, how it's backed up. We'd be thrilled to have this conversation, and we're extremely thankful for you for coming today to listen to this message. With that said, we sit in that sweet spot of access control right now. We're excited the industry is expanding rapidly. We're excited that two of those three legs, the access controls as a service and that network attached device, really feed into what we've been doing from the beginning. The industry is expanding. We're really excited about it, and we're excited to have you here today. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much. We look forward to answering your questions and being a part of your solution as well. Thank you.